February 14th is a day I will never forget. The echoes of the gunshots that day will forever ring in my head. I was in my AP Environmental Science class when I heard the first gunshot. I looked to my left at Parker Morris and I said, "Hey, that sounded like a gunshot." Parker looked over at me in agreement, and we immediately told our AP Environmental Science teacher, Tammy Aurelio. She promptly closed the door, but as soon as she did that, the fire alarm went off. Instinctually, and in hindsight stupidly, we got up and immediately started walking out of the building. I made my way down the 2 flights of stairs I had to get down to our fire evacuation zone. Now, I was not in the freshman building at the time. I was adjacent to it. As I was walking towards our evacuation zone, I soon saw a flood of people running in the opposite direction. They started screaming and saying, "Don't come this way, don't come this way, he's coming this way." I immediately started following the herd, not realizing that I was actually headed in the direction of the shooter. As I was running down that corridor, towards the freshman building at this point, a janitor stopped me and he said, "Don't come this way. He's over here, don't come this way." Immediately as that janitor said that to about 100 students, Ashley Kurth, a culinary teacher at Marjory Stoneman Douglas, opened up her classroom, and within the matter of 30 seconds got in 65 students. Now, when we were inside that very small culinary closet, standing next to some hot chocolate powder and some corn, I didn't know that this wasn't a drill. None of us did. It was only after about 40 minutes that we realized this was anything but a drill. This was life or death. It was around that time that I decided I would start recording video, so that if I was left in that classroom and all of our 65 souls were left on that classroom floor, our voices would echo on. My sister was still there. I had to leave my father behind waiting for her. My sister was in the TV production classroom, and she had 4 of her friends die that day. I went back an hour later to pick up my sister. She was sobbing hysterically. She didn't know what had happened. She just knew it wasn't anything good. By the time we got home, we had a death count of at least 12 people. And by the time I left, at around 6 p.m., there was the final count of 17. 17 individuals. Her 4 friends were dead, and there was nothing that was going to bring them back. I made it out that day. All 65 students did, but 17 were left behind. It has to be our mission, it has to be our generation that says no. We are not going to take this anymore. Now is our one and only chance to stand up, because if we don't do it now, when?